progress being made in delivering our plans for the regeneration of Purfleet?
Agriculture.
Thank you. That's a very helpful question, actually. I'm sorry to say that no, I'm not satisfied. We, I believe, all united across this chamber the regeneration of Purfleet is a key priority. And over the last 10 years, we've been talking about regeneration. And over the last 3 years, since PCRL, Purfleet Centre Regeneration Limited, won the bid, In January 2016, my predecessor, Councillor Spate, said, we can all agree with him, the development agreement is now signed off by all parties. Over 2016, we'll see planning applications come through. Clearly, that hasn't happened. And we all signed up to that, and I was disappointed to see no planning application still today, let alone planning approval. When I became a portfolio holder, I asked PCRL how they're progressing and whether they're on track, considering the Conservative-led government in January 2015 gave £55 million to speed this up. I'm then surprised also by the lack of engagement with external stakeholders from the whole last few years, considering how important the train station is and the crossing. I'm advised that PCRL only had cursory meetings with Network Rail until August last year. I understand they did not meet the Port of London until late last year. I asked for that, and as for businesses in Purfleet, they still have never met Esso, which are abutting them, and then some bus company, which are in Purfleet, they've got a depot. But they have, in fact, had numerous meetings with the Environment Agency, but still haven't taken on their plans for what they wish to do in Purfleet in their considerations. Considering PCRL and Urban Catalyst have been our development partners since February 2014, it's very disappointing. In view of the slow rate of progress last year, Councillor Haddon and myself pushed and succeeded in getting this new Carriage Secondary School to be delivered outside and built outside their control, of PCRO and back into a private contraction between the Borough Council and the department. We are now confident by the end of the year that by the end of 2019 that school will be built and open for children by the end of 2019. But clearly the big part of this regeneration is the proposals for the film and TV studios, where the reason why I think they've won the bid. But now looking at the Mirror London is supporting a new development of film studios for the Dagenham site in Dagenham. I've asked for a business plan to be produced as speedily as possible, which is now given a guarantee that we hear from PCRL by May 2017, so we can see if the studios are viable.
So I was kind of hoping that this holder would be able to give me some kind of reassurance that all was really well, but clearly not. So I have to ask the question, which is, what does he believe the core reason is for the lack of a planning application? He alluded to discussions with the Environment Agency. I take it he's referring there to Industry 2100, which are the plans for a new Thames barrier. My understanding is that they're looking to locate the new Thames barrier at Purfleet and wish to take land out of the Purfleet regeneration plan. Is that right? And does the portfolio holder think that is having a major bearing on the lack of a planning application?
There is a bearing on that, but sadly that's not the most important thing. It's the stakeholder engagement and how they're building the sites, and its delays before that happened, and it was a very surprise. So I think they're working actually quite well with that item. It's just that 2 or 3 times there's been suggestions. I believe they suggested to have a conversation in August last year about where the position of the intent barrier is in 2070. And it just shows poor stakeholder engagement that we've got to that stage. I don't think that's the delay that we're seeing at the moment. I just think it's a long, laborious process of where we need to get Urban Catalyst here, and I think we all need the support to make sure that there's engagement here and good questioning to make sure that development partner works with us to deliver that, because that's our only alternative.
Councillor Kent, just 1 second supplementary.
Yeah, again, I'm grateful for that, and I think this is one of those issues that we are absolutely united, all parties in the chamber. I think the portfolio holder said that this has been a desire in Purfleet for 10 years. I mean, I go back further than that. I go back probably 20 years or more. When we first did what was known in those days as planning for real down in Purfleet, people there told us that this is the kind of thing they wanted to say. So, a long time in the making. Given that we all want to see this happen, what can we usefully do working together to put some pressure on prospective developers to get this across the line? Should we be asking in the new municipal year for the Overview and Scrutiny Committee to be calling urban catalysts to the committee? What can we usefully do to make sure that this is delivered?
I'm hoping to, obviously, as I said, the business plan for the film studios is really importantly made this year, so hopefully we get to see that and make sure. And I really do want, when it comes, it was disappointing because we did go to opening scrutiny before December last year, and we saw it, and we saw some lines, drawings, but we just got to get some better approvals to make sure that partner, delivery partner, gets that plan application in this year and gets building in there. We don't, as I say, that we don't want any more developers across our walls using the excuse of delivering Purfleet's 2,400 on that 70 acres of land, business land there, and we end up losing more green belt across our areas because we can't get this up through over the hurdles. So yes, if it does go to it, I'll be welcome if it goes to opening scrutiny. The chair of opening scrutiny brings that back when it comes there. Hopefully there'll be a cabinet paper for a plan application coming to us as soon as possible. We'll be pre-application, and that's what better I can see that, and I hope I can share that with everyone else. But I think everybody in this area wants to get this over the road to make sure we get a good local plan. 2,400 homes built as quick as possible now, because the people of Purfleet want it and deserve it. I moved there in 2010 years ago or so, and it was the reason why we moved there, because it was such an exciting development, and I think the people are there. We've got 2 points, it's too long in Purfleet for this development.